you already know what time it is. It's your boy DJ Richie Skye back with some tea, interviews, recaps, and more. And be sure to check the links in the description of this video for trips, for books, one-on-one sessions, and more. Now let's get into the tea. All right, y'all. So we finally have a look at the reunion seating chart for Married to Medicine. Let's get into it. But before we do that, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell button. Follow me on the Snapchat. And listen, we're having our Rich Life meeting tonight at 6 p.m. If you haven't gotten into that, if you're trying to make, some extra cash this year, all right, by living your lifestyle, and I'm going to explain how at 6 p.m., okay? I actually just saw Beyonce tickets with baby, let me tell you something. It's popping over in the Rich Life. So tap in, okay? Married to Medicine, y'all. The reunion chart, it's here. The seating chart is here. Let's get into it. Where is Phaedra? Where is she? Where has she disappeared to? Where is that wascally wabbit? Phaedra said, not me, girl. Oh, gosh. This is wild. Remember yesterday I told y'all how Phaedra was, let me see if I can pull it up, was down, up in the New York City, okay? Now, this is funny to me. This is so funny. First of all, let me go over to it. I'm going to show y'all in case you did not see yesterday's video, because we were wondering if Phaedra was going to be there. So yesterday, Phaedra posted this. It says, I know you're sick of me. Unfortunately, there's no medicine for obsession in New York City, but not even at the reunion. Y'all know Phaedra is that girl is that girl is wild. Okay, that girl is wild. So it was so interesting to me because I saw after I saw the reunion seating chart, I saw, of course, a couple of other little things. Where was it? Hold on. Let me see if I can pull it up. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right. So we saw this. I don't know if you guys had seen Dr. Heavenly's YouTube channel. And she had this to say about Phaedra.
If she come to this reunion, bitch, you better call Cadillac Kim, bitch, and get a read for you, because I'm coming for your ass.
So now, without Phaedra in the building, what do we have left? Okay, what do we have left? Well, let's talk about it. Let's get into it. Let's get into the seating chart. All right, so personally, I understand why they put Dr. Simone and Dr. Jackie at the head of the class, because this show is really, in my opinion, now more so focused on the doctors. The doctors, I feel like, sort of run the show now, right? I think before, like when you had Mariah on, it was more of a mix. And I think that there was a lot more of an even split and an even sort of mixture between doctors and then the doctors' wives, right? And now it just kind of has come to be this same old energy every reunion with Dr. Simone and Dr. Jackie at the head of the class, despite whether or not they have a lot of drama at all. Which, again, if I wasn't a longtime fan I would respect it because, again, we respect their contributions. We're not doubting that in terms of what they bring in terms of the medicine. That's important. But then there's the married to it, which can be taken in so many different ways. Married to the job, or literally, I'm married to someone who is in the medical field, right? So, just there's this idea that, do they need to have first chair every time if they ain't got really not a lot going on? No, I don't think so. Personally speaking, I would have given it to Quad and Sweet Tea. It makes the most sense. I get that these are, because they don't have no problems mixing it up these days on Housewives. Okay. And so I feel like with this show in particular, let's go with the drama this season. Let's go with it. Because what we will have left is really nothing much but the Quad and the Sweet Tea of it all. Maybe a little, and maybe Dr. Contestant and Dr. Heavenly. I would have placed, personally, Quad beside Andy. I would have placed Dr. Heavenly beside Quad and Dr. Jackie at the end. Then on the other side, I would have placed Sweet Tea. I would have placed Dr. Contessa. I would have placed Toya. And then I would have placed Dr. Simone. Point blank, the end. Because if we're gonna, and I get it, this is a seniority show. This is really, really a seniority type show. So it's a bit of a difference, and I feel like they hold the doctors in such high regard, which again, I can't blame them. But to me, that is the seating chart, because I'm going to tell you what you have left to discuss. You've taken away Phaedra, so you've taken away a big chunk of what could have been discussed, and you are left with Dr. Heavenly versus Dr. Contessa, maybe a little bit of Dr. Heavenly versus Sweet Tea. I don't want to see too much of that because I feel like I'm over that. You will probably now have, and the reason I would have separated Sweet Tea and Toya is because of the comment that Toya made last night. And Sweet Tea's already told us she's not really getting along well with Dr. Simone. So I would have placed Dr. Simone and Toya out on the other side of Dr. Contessa. So it would have been Sweet Tea, Dr. Contessa, because Dr. Contessa next seemingly had the most drama because she battled with Dr. Heavenly most of the season. So I would have put them two in second chair. That's where all the heat is. Y'all done put the heat down at the back. Okay? And we also know that as a result, this is my firm belief, that we're now going to have to see, it's going to have to be mostly a situation where the men are involved. It's going to have to be, because now you're going to have a situation, again, you've taken away Phaedra, so you've taken away a good chunk of not only star power, but potential with Apollo. Well, Apollo probably wouldn't have been a good idea for him to be there now. But, that whole story is gone. What do we have left, really? I mean, what did Dr. Simone, Toya, and Dr. Jackie really have going on outside of what Dr. Jackie in the Met Gala? Not really much that we've seen. I mean, Toya bought a Birkin. I think that's great, and it's gravy, and I'm excited for her, but it's like that's what we got. That's what we got to work with. That's what we got to work with. Okay. Listen, I'll take it. Listen, I just want to have a show to watch. And then my guess is, again, that they will now have to focus more heavily on the men's drama and then the men and the women, right? Because we know that there's the altercation coming up with Dr. G and King, and we know that there's the confrontation, and that will extend to Quad and Sweet Tea. And then it will be interesting because we will want to see the rest of the men and how they mix this in with the ladies and how they're treated even in the midst of this, and how that, because I think it's going to be also interesting when you bring the men in with the women. And so I'm interested to see how that plays out. And, you know, lastly, I'm shocked that, again, Sweet Tea is there. Based on her, this is, again, based on her, and we talked about that in a previous video. We talked about it. And I just kind of felt like at that time, like, well, you know, why go to the thing if this is honestly draining you in that way, which I believe it was, and is. I kind of feel like, what's the point? I mean, I get it. You know, it's the pay is probably good. I'm sure you're contractually still able to, you know, supposed to go. You probably still want to get that check. And I just don't know that it's worth it because, girl, you are going to be on the menu. And you're seated all the way down from the end. The only person you got on your side is Dr. Contessa, really. And while Dr. Contessa is scrappy, she gonna fight. I feel like she'll go to war for you, but I just don't think that, I don't know how that's gonna work out and how that's gonna play out. So that will be very interesting. No word on if Dr. Mimi has shown up, since she was a part of the mix. But I'm sure that they just gave deference to Dr. Contessa as the friend, because she had the most screen time, and probably because she's already been a cast member on the show previously. And I would be shocked if they didn't just bring her back full time. So again, we'll see how it goes. I'm interested. I don't know that it needs to be 3 parts, but I think 2 would pretty much wrap this whole thing up. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. I mean, we still have some episodes to go, so maybe there's something else that we have to see. I'm excited for this week's episode. So again, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Did they get the seating chart right? Is this what you prefer? Again, I see it very differently, and I would have done some different things to shake this thing up and make it a bit more interesting. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and do so. Hit that notification bell button. Again, follow us on the Snap. And with that being said, I will catch you, some of y'all, at 6 with the Rich Life. And then I will catch the rest of y'all in the next video.